Hello, welcome to the HM Show. Like many others, you must be wondering what is happening between India and Trump. Trump has recently levied 50% tariff on Indian products and he is promising for more action unless India mends its ways. If you recollect the heady days of Namaste Trump and Howdy Modi, the contrast between today and past is like day and night. So let's have a look at these events, then we will talk in detail about it. So what you're seeing are events of 2019, Howdy Modi and Namaste Trump. They heralded the bromance between the two leaders. It also improved the relationship between the two countries.
Always remember this remarkable hospitality. We will remember it forever.
So Trump promised that he will never forget the hospitality which Indians gave to him in 2020. And within 5 years, he has been targeting India with additional tariffs. This is what the reality of geopolitics is all about. There are no permanent friends, no enemies, just permanent interest. So let's understand relationship between India and US. See, India and US always had a complex relationship. However, with efforts of governments on both sides in last 2 decades, this relationship had improved tremendously. There was cooperation and engagement on all the fronts, including trade and commerce, military, strategic partnership, culture, people to people relationship. With the election of Trump, this relationship was supposed to improve further as the two leaders had supposedly good relationship. However, the actions of Trump government in last few months have really soured this relationship, and today we will understand the reasons for the same. Before we dive deeper, we would like to make an appeal. If you like this kind of content, we would like you to subscribe to the channel, leave a like to the video, share this with your friends. These measures, they mean a lot to us and would help us bring out more such content in future. So let's understand the reasons. The first thing which you need to know is about this company called World Liberty Financial. In September 24, a decentralized financial protocol and cryptocurrency company was established. This is the same period when Trump was leading the presidential race and the MAGA movement was at its peak. Trump and family, they hold 60% of the share in this company. This company has since launched a stablecoin USD1. 75% of the proceeds from sale of this stablecoin would accrue to the Trump family. Please take a note. You see, Trump and family, they closely control this company. His two sons, Eric and Donald Trump Jr., they manage this company along with 3 other advisors and close confidants. Here, you might be wondering what India, trade, etc. have got to do with this company. So please bear with us for a few minutes. You will be surprised with the findings. On 22nd April, 26 Indian tourists were killed on religious lines in Kashmir, Pahalgam. Just 4 days later, an agreement was signed in Pakistan between WLF and PCC, which is Pakistan Crypto Council. PCC is a government body which comes under Ministry of Finance. This body was established in March 2025. Several senior officials of Pakistan government, including the governor of Pakistan State Bank, they are in the governing body. On 7th April, PCC appointed Changpeng Zhao, the former CEO and co-founder of Binance, as its chief advisor. This gentleman, Changpeng Zhao, was jailed on charges of money laundering in US. I guess Pakistan got the perfect person for its chief advisor role of the PCC. Zhao came out of jail in 2024 September, the same month WLF was established. Quite a coincidence it is. isn't it? Pakistan has an annual volume of 300 billion USD in crypto trading. The ecstatic Pakistani media said this about the tariff. This agreement between WLF and PCC will help Pakistan to integrate better with the international financial market, and it will also help reduce its dependence on traditional financial systems. So let's have a look at this announcement of a strategic reserve in cryptos by Pakistani gentlemen.
Today marks a very important and remarkable day in that journey of Pakistan. Today is a very historic day because today I will announce that the Pakistani government is setting up their own government-led Bitcoin strategic reserve. And we want to thank the United States of America again because we are getting inspired.
So you saw that this gentleman was thanking US profusely. Now we need to keep in mind that 75% of the proceeds from sale of stablecoin USD1 would go to the Trump family. Now let's understand the second reason for the change in dynamics between India and US. Pakistan and its rare earth minerals and oil reserves.
है वो कौम को एक बहुत बड़ी खुशखबरी देंगे। उनका कहना था कि एशिया के सबसे बड़े ज़खायर जो हैं वो पाकिस्तान में मौजूद हैं और जल्द वो खुशखबरी देंगे। उनका कहना था कि कराची में ज़ेरे समुंदर एशिया के सबसे बड़े तेल और गैस के ज़खायर की दरियाफ्त से।
The footage which you're watching now, here the newscaster is talking about discovery of a major oil reserve in Pakistan in 6 years back when Imran Khan was Prime Minister. So he was about to announce the discovery of biggest oil reserves in whole of Asia in 2019. Balochistan, the renegade province of Pakistan, has huge amount of reserves of rare earth minerals like dysprosium, terbium, and yttrium. These minerals are valued greatly in green energy production, of which China is a leader. Now, China wanted to grab this opportunity and it had entered into an agreement called CPEC with Pakistan to get hold of these minerals. However, the opposition by the indigenous militant forces of Balochistan ensured that CPEC would not take off. There was a promise of $52 billion of investment in developing various projects with the aim of mining the rare earth mineral reserves of Pakistan. Entire CPEC program just failed. So in last 2-3 years, there has been virtually no new investments and all the existing projects, the sites are completely empty now. Pakistan has a paucity of oil reserves. Last 70 years, they have been trying to explore oil and gas reserves, but with little success. It imports 85% of its requirements from abroad. The last big discovery of oil reserves was made in 1952 in a place called Sui, and this is the biggest oil reserve of Pakistan. In last decade or so, Pakistani government, they have at various times announced discovery of new reserves in different areas. Very recently in 2024, Pakistan announced that it has found a big reserve in Sindh. Even 5-6 years earlier, as we saw in the footage, Imran Khan in 2019 announced discovery of biggest reserves in Asia besides the port of Karachi. So recently Trump announced on Truth Social about a strategic partnership between US companies and Pakistan for exploring the oil reserves in Sindh, and he actually expressed hope that in future Pakistan might sell oil to India as well. In which case, we will see what becomes of this strategic partnership. We presume that Pakistani establishment has sold the promise of oil reserves to America as well. The CPEC is in which was dead. Now they want to replace China with US. So let's see what becomes of it. But we shall move to the next topic, which helps us to build an understanding of why the relationship between India and US have soured. Trump wants the Nobel Peace Prize. This is kind of interesting. You might be wondering how Trump's desire of Nobel Peace Prize fits in this entire equation. So in next few minutes, as we delve deeper into this matter, you will appreciate what this has got to do with India and US.
11 months on the job, and he's now a Nobel laureate. In a ceremony at Oslo City Hall, President Barack Obama joined the exalted company of Nelson Mandela and Mother Teresa.
I receive this honor with deep gratitude and great humility.
He was cited for re-engaging America in global diplomacy.
Trump hates Obama like no other. There's a history between them. Trump, after becoming president, he has now everything in life. He always had money. He has now got power, but he needs one thing which Obama had and which Trump doesn't have. That is recognition. That is Nobel Peace Prize. Obama was bestowed with Nobel Peace Prize in the second year of his presidency, and Trump couldn't get it in the first term. Now he badly wants it. We will now see why Trump hates Obama.
And I know just the guy to do it. Donald Trump is here tonight. Now I know that he's taken some flack lately, but no one is happy. No one is prouder to put this birth certificate matter to rest than the Donald. And that's because he can finally get back to focusing on the issues that matter.
So, just to contextualize this, when Obama became president, a lot of Republicans were not happy, and they had gone to the town talking about raising doubt about a nationality of Obama and the fact that he was born in a foreign country, which basically precludes him from presidentship. Trump was one of the gentlemen who had gone to the town making claims about the nationality. Obama never liked this, and he took his revenge in a public function organized by White House, where so many dignitaries were invited. Trump was also invited, and there Obama publicly humiliates Trump. So let's continue with the video.
Like, did we fake the moon landing? What really happened in Roswell? And where are Biggie and Tupac? Say what you will about Mr. Trump, he certainly would bring some change to the White House. Let's see what we got up there.
So you see how Trump was humiliated by Obama. When you look at this video without going into the details, you actually feel bad for Trump about the president publicly targeting him. It doesn't show Obama in a correct picture, but the fact that it happened. Trump wanted to avenge the humiliation. He fought for presidential election and he won. So Trump practically now has everything except the one prize which Obama got and which Trump has been wanting, but it's been eluding him, the Nobel Peace Prize. So he has now become so desperate that he has actually been demanding. So let's have a look at this clip wherein the press secretary of Trump government is demanding from White House that Trump should be awarded a Nobel Peace Prize. So have a look at it.
The president has now ended conflicts between Thailand and Cambodia, Israel and Iran, Rwanda and the Democratic Republic of the Congo, India and Pakistan, Serbia and Kosovo, and Egypt and Ethiopia. This means President Trump has brokered, on average, about one peace deal or ceasefire per month during his 6 months in office. It's well past time that President Trump was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize.
If you heard Press Secretary Carolyn's statement carefully, you will realize that of all the countries she named, only one country, which is India, has refuted the claims made by White House. All other countries have kept quiet. India basically said that Trump had no role whatsoever in getting a ceasefire agreement between Pakistan and India. And you know what Pakistan did? Several officials of Pakistan, they said that Trump should be awarded a Nobel Peace Prize for getting this ceasefire between Pakistan and India made. So they gave full credit to Trump, whereas India completely denied. So what India is doing, India is standing between Trump and the cherished goal of Trump, which is Nobel Peace Prize. So now we see how the dice are cast against India. Now let's go to the next topic, which is Trump and the trade deals. Immediately after becoming president, on 2nd of April 2025, Trump celebrated the Liberation Day. Liberation from imagined injustices meted by the trading partners on America. And he imposed tariff on all nations, including India. To reduce the magnitude of tariffs, a lot of countries started their discussions for bilateral agreements between US and them, so that they could escape the wrath of Trump. Now, India was one of the few countries which had initiated agreements for a deal with US even before the liberation. So even if you see this video, which is like even 3 months back, the Carolyn Levitt was hoping for a deal between India and US.
And just yesterday, it seemed to get a little bit lost in the news, and I think it's a disservice to the American public that it did. The vice president announced terms of reference for a trade deal with India. That is a big deal. We know when we look at the numbers, the monetary trade barriers and the non-monetary trade barriers from India, they have been ripping off the United States and American workers for a very long time. So the fact that the vice president with Prime Minister Modi on that trip in India announced these terms of reference, which is essentially a framework to move the ball forward.
So you see, the press secretary had been hoping for a deal even 3 months back, but there is no deal till date. There are several issues which are impeding this deal between US and India. Apparently, most of these the open issues have been resolved, except the one pertaining to agriculture and dairy. These are two issues which are seemingly intractable, where government of India cannot do much, and where US has been pressing India to relent. US wants to sell its GM, genetically modified crops, to India, which India doesn't want. And also US wants to sell the non-veg milk to India, which is abhorrent to Indians. Now you might ask, what exactly is non-veg milk? So before doing this video, even I was not aware of this non-veg milk. Apparently in US, some of the farmers there, they feed bone marrow, blood and other animal products to the cows, and the milk produced by these cows are called non-veg milk. So this entire practice is a taboo for Indians, and we would never accept this kind of milk in India. But Trump wants to sell this milk. This is what US has been telling, that India imposes a lot of non-tariff barriers. I wonder why US is targeting India. Why not try to sell pork to countries like Saudi Arabia and UAE? But anyway, now let's come to the last but most burning issue of them, the buying of Russian oil and membership of BRICS.
Impose 100% tariffs on BRICS nations unless they commit to not developing a new currency. Trump made the declaration in a Truth Social post Saturday, saying, quote, "There is no chance that the BRICS will replace the US dollar in international trade, and any country that tries should wave goodbye to America." BRICS is a group comprised of 9 countries with emerging economies. They initially included Russia, China, India, Brazil, and South Africa. But earlier this year, Iran, Egypt, Ethiopia, and the United Arab Emirates formally joined the group.
See, US has a strange habit of acting as a head of procurement for the world, though no country thanks US for this unsolicited role. So earlier, India used to buy oil from Iran, which US got it stopped. Later on, India shifted to Venezuela, which US again stopped. Then India shifted to Russia, which now US doesn't want India to buy from. So basically, it keeps guiding India what to do, what not to do. While it wants India to stop buying Russian oil, at the same time, it continues buying fertilizers, uranium, and other chemicals which are used in nuclear industry from Russia. And its sidekick, the European Union, continues to buy Russian gas, fertilizers, and other chemicals from Russia. Looks like only the money received from India is used by Putin to buy weapons, and all the money which Russia receives from European Union and USA is used to purchase peace pigeons to spread peace all over Ukraine. Now, after going through the reasons, you would ask, what is the way forward for us? US is a very important country for us. It's our largest trading partner, and there is tremendous amount of people-to-people contact between US and India. There is a big business-to-business relationship between the two countries. It's our largest export market, so its importance cannot be overstated. But there is little room for maneuvering when you are dealing with a mercurial person like Trump. Several of these trade differences and disputes could have been resolved amicably, but after his public outpouring, Trump has closed the doors of any softening of stand from Indian side. There might be a deal with US, or there may not be a deal. We don't know. Trump is very unpredictable. Given his mood swings, what would happen in the next 7 days, no one knows. But one thing is very certain, that as Indians, we need to stand firmly with the government. We need to close our ranks against the hegemony displayed by US. We Indians need to stay firm and work to improve our economy and strengthen our military. Today we are a $4 trillion economy, but still insignificant in front of the largest economy, which is US. Had we been $15-20 trillion economy, Trump would have had taken different stand. Regardless of what is happening around us, we have to stay firm. We have to continue working to improve our economic situation, our military standing, so that in future no foreign power could threaten India. Only true strength will garner true respect in this dog-eat-dog world. With this, we come to the end of this episode. Thank you for staying till the end.